Luke Musgrave is going to be a huge part of this offense. He's obviously the starting tight end, but not just the starting tight end. I think they're going to feature him. Like, not just you're playing tight end, you're part of the starting offense, end of story. They are designing creative ways for Luke Musgrave to get the ball into his hands, which you don't generally see for a tight end. We were at practice. He's visibly an unusual athlete at the tight end position, like crazy speed, really big and long, athletic, and a strange projection coming out of college because like insanely just small volume of play to work from. Looked like he was going to have an amazing season last year and then got hurt and got shut down. So you're really talking about a few games that you're projecting anything from. But given what we've seen in practice and what we've seen in this game, like, I think he's going to be not just the top tight end in Green Bay, but actually going to be a featured part of the offense.
Such a fascinating world in Green Bay right now because Christian Watson is a legitimate deep threat. Romeo Doubs is having another incredible preseason for the second straight year. And then Jaden Reed in there as a rookie that's making a ton of plays. And then Luke Musgrave at tight end making a ton of plays. All with fourth-year quarterback Jordan Love running the show. And we don't know exactly what we're going to see from Love, but he looked pretty sharp in this game. He showed all the ranges of good and bad, I think, during the preseason, during practice, whatever it might be. And this one was good, man. Again, he threw an absolute dart to Reed for the touchdown. I've been impressed, I think, overall by the Packers. I'm impressed by Sean Clifford as the backup, especially after what we saw at practice. I tell everybody, don't overrate the one practice that you were at. And then here's Sean Clifford as a late-round pick out of Penn State, playing pretty well in the preseason. Malik Heath, receiver, another rookie he showed well at the practices that we were at. He's had a really good preseason. The Packers are fascinating, man. Not that Malik Heath's going to make a big impact this year, but the youth movement, you can have some growing pains when you rely on so much youth, but it feels like one of those teams that just got like a really great recruiting class in college, and it's really hyped up, and there's the initial returns are good. It might not show up on the field this year. It feels like maybe next year the Packers could be really dangerous as they all get a little bit better. They could still be good this year too in a weak NFC, but fascinated by the future here in Green Bay because there's a lot of positives on that offense.
Yeah, I've been saying this for a while now. Like, it's crazy young, but I quite like the receivers that the Packers have. You lump tight end into the wide receiver bucket and just call them all receivers. I think the collection of that group is actually pretty nice. Like, we saw at the end of last season what Christian Watson can do, that blend of speed, size, et cetera, et cetera. The Romeo Doubs hype, I don't think a year ago was just nothing. Like, it obviously didn't result in what you would have expected if you just bought into the preseason hype. Like, Romeo Doubs didn't have the Victor Cruz season that Victor Cruz had after the preseason that generated all the hype, right? But I think the Romeo Doubs thing is for real. Like, he had 2 catches for 50 yards in this game after showing really well in the first preseason game, after continuing to have another dominant training camp. I think Romeo Doubs is going to be a good receiver. It's just the expectations based off training camp last year got completely out of control, and he didn't live up to that. And by the way, he got hurt, so it wasn't all just underachieving. Musgrave, we talked about, what he can be. Jaden Reed, they've got players that can operate in the slot. I think the collection of that group with, Aaron Jones out of the backfield, et cetera, that's pretty nice. It's crazy young, and anytime you have that volume of youth all rolled up together, it's scary because the chances are 2 or 3 of them are going to let you down. But I don't hate it.